All right. We are live. Hello. Yeah, I think that's coming through. Excellent. All right, we're live tonight. It is just turned 7 o'clock. So we are going to get started with Pineapple Pride. And that's our watercolor painting today. We'll give people a few minutes to tune in and get settled in. I will go over the supplies that I have. You can kind of see them on the screen here. I'll go over all of those. There's also a list of the supplies in the description, of course, too. Hi, Jared. Good to see you. All right. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chris. That's short for Kristen. My pronouns are she, her. Feel free, if you're going to comment in the chat there, maybe put your pronouns in there so I get them right. Awesome. Of course, we are continuing to celebrate Pride Month. June is Pride Month. So we've had a number of rainbow-themed events. So we had Karen do a lovely colored pencil rainbow seashells recently. That was gorgeous. This is Pride themed as well. We've got different Pride flags represented. And there's so many. There's so many out there to choose from. You don't have to do the same coloring that I'm going to do today, of course. Do a little research. Maybe if you want to make this painting for someone special in your life and you're not quite sure how they identify, ask them. Ask them so that you get it right. Ask them their pronouns. People really appreciate you wanting to get that correct. So there's nothing wrong with asking someone questions like that. Absolutely. Welcome to Cindy. All right. It's 2 minutes after. Let's go over the supplies and then we'll get started. Now, we are on a live feed, but you are able to hit pause, rewind it back. You can't fast forward, not until it's posted later on. So you can't fast forward my droning on yet, but you can definitely hit pause if you want to go grab something that you forgot or you need to catch up a little bit. Hit pause. If you want to hear something again, hit rewind. Absolutely. So let's talk supplies. I'll just kind of go in the order that I grab them at. I've got some masking tape, and I just thought it was cool that I had like all these rainbow colors. Pride flag right there. I'll just use one color today. But masking tape was one of the optional supplies to make a nice crisp white border if you want, but you don't have to. So we just put that right there. A pencil and an eraser, any kind of pencil, any kind of eraser. If you do have a choice of pencils at home, use a lighter pencil such as a 2H or a 4H. Don't use like a really heavy dark pencil like 4B, 6B, way too dark. I like to use mechanical pencils because it's a nice, thin, light line. That'll be important later on when you go to erase your pencil lines. Pencil and eraser. I mentioned some scrap paper or scrap. This is just a scrap bit of cookie box. Scrap paper and scissors. Could be an old envelope. It could be an old computer printout, an old coupon or something. Just something. We're going to cut out a pineapple shape so then we can make 3 of the same pineapple shape. But if you don't have scissors or scrap paper nearby, you can just draw 3 pineapple shapes that are similar. They don't have to be exact. I just think this is a fast, easy way to do 3 similar pineapple shapes. I have my watercolors, of course. I use so many different brands of watercolors that I actually have too much. I have too much watercolor paint, but these are some of my favorites. This one's just on Amazon, Mei Liang. Nice, set, beginner quality, not expert quality at all. A multitude of colors, not professional. And then we've got, these are beam paints. These are called paint stones. They come right out of there from Beam Paints, B-E-A-M. Just another variety of colors there. I've got those. I've got a couple of paintbrushes here, but really you could do this whole painting with just one paintbrush, as long as the paintbrush you choose has a bit of a pointy tip. So really, even this big one here, I could do this whole painting with just this biggie because it has a pointy tip, so I can get into little tiny little nooks of these little pineapple leaves. But I've got a couple here. We'll see which one I use. I've got, you can see it right here, a little bit of paper towel. And here's my jar of water for the watercolors, right? And, you know, sometimes I have like a happy accident, a little mess. I have a tissue box nearby, usually all the time, just in case something happens. And then under here, paper. We need watercolor paper. Now you could potentially do this on a nice white canvas. I have definitely painted watercolor on canvas before. It'll take a little longer to dry on a canvas, but you can get some very nice watercolor results on a canvas. Doesn't have to be paper, but this is the paper I'm going to use today. Canson XL watercolor paper. Mine's quite a big size, 11 by 15, but you can do this easily on any size paper. Maybe a 9 by 12 is pretty common. And you don't have to do 3. You can just do 1 if you want. You could do 2, you could do 4. What if you want to represent your family in pineapples? You could do that. What if you want to do like a different arrangement of pineapples? You could turn your paper this way and go 1, 2, 3, 4. A pineapple in each quadrant of the page. What if you don't even want to do pineapples? What if you want to do different shapes to represent different members of your family, their interests, and then color those in using the pride flag colors? You can do that. Change this up to suit your needs. Do a mini version. Put it on a card for Pride Month. Wouldn't that be cute? Or maybe you just are here to paint some fruit and you want to do yellow pineapples with green tops. That's allowed too. You can do whatever you want with this painting. Ooh, what about like team colors? Your favorite football team. I did intend this to be pride related, but it doesn't have to be. Let's just have a quick peek at a few examples of pride flag colors. There's so many more, lots more. And I couldn't possibly begin to explain all the differences because I'm not that knowledgeable in all the different identities, but that's just a few of them. A little backstory, my son, Caleb, is transgendered, so we've been celebrating him recently, and he's graduating tomorrow. So we're super, super proud of him in every aspect of his life. So yeah, this will be inspiration. Look up online any other pride flags that you want to look up. Let's get a piece of paper out. I like to take my paper out of my pad of paper. I like to work with it loose. You can tape your paper down to a board, tape your paper down to the table even. I just like to have it loose and free. If you want a crisp white border, you're going to want to put some tape around the edge. If you don't have to. I do kind of like having a nice white border. Let's get a little tape down. So not very, very, very sticky tape. Painter's tape or masking tape. Sometimes even washi tape works well. Again, optional. You don't have to do the edge. Hello to Lynn. Thanks for joining. we're going to make our stencil in with scrap paper and scissors. And if you don't have those items nearby, just hit pause, go grab scrap paper and scissors, and we're going to make a stencil together right here live. Any shape you want, doesn't have to be a pineapple. Why did I choose a pineapple? It's summery. That's literally the only reason why I chose a pineapple. Summery. There's my tape edge. Okay. Scrap, where'd you go? Scrap and my scissors. Now, if you want to take your pencil and just draw a loose pineapple on here and then cut that out, that's a way to go. And make it, you know, big. Fill up your page. We don't want, you know, little pineapples like this. We want to fill the page. So if you even just put your scrap on top of your page as you kind of sketch out a pineapple. Is your pineapple more stocky? Is it more tall? Is it more rounded? Any pineapple is a good pineapple. And then spiky, a spiky top. Now we're just going to draw like the outside edge because that's what we're cutting out. We don't need to draw all these inner spikes yet. So I'm just going to draw a few spikies. And these can be very rough. They don't have to be perfectly drawn. Oh, mine's going to be a big pineapple. How high am I going here? Every pineapple will be unique. And that's what I like to see. I don't like to see carbon copies of my paintings. I want to see your version with your personality, your style. So yeah, you can kind of see that against the brown. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. If you did want it to be symmetrical, you could fold this in half down the middle, fold it in half, cut it out while it's folded, and then open it up. And then you would have a symmetrical pineapple, but we don't need to have that. Not if we don't want to. So I'm just checking, will 3 of them fit? I think so. I'm going to cut it. Cut it out. Cut it out. What is that from? Like, I want to say Full House. Cut it out. Take your time cutting this out. I'm going to kind of rush a little bit. But you can definitely take more time. Hit pause if I get ahead of you. It's nice to see some familiar names in the chat and some new names. Hello to Susan. Hello to Brenda. Nice of you to join us. And this video will be on our channel forever. So I'm sure many more people will chime in the chat and comments in the days and weeks and years to come. It'll be on our channel forever. So you can even watch it again next Pride Month and do a different version. I like this painting because it's summery, for one. And it's like, it's subtly pride related without being like in your face, but in a nice, gentle, supportive kind of way. I don't know. Is that a thing? Oh, did you see my little pin? I've got my little pin. I usually wear this at work. I usually wear that at work with my name tag. There. That's a little pineapple. let's say your pineapple is too tall or too wide, shave it down a little bit. And mine's not perfectly oval. Look, it's a little wonky. You can adjust it or just accept it for its wonkiness. Yeah, maybe something like that. So that's my little cardboard little stencil. Here's the original stencil I made. Maybe it's a little more leafy. So that was the same as this one. A little bit more leafy. This one a little less leafy. Either is good. They're all pineapples. Clear away some debris. I'm going to get my pencil and trace this. I'm going to trace it 3 times. But again, you can trace it any number of times. Let's go. I'll do one in the middle, and then I'll do left, right, right, left. That makes sense. Ooh, what about like a cool pattern of like overlapping pineapples or like pop art pineapples? Or, oh, they could be on angles. Like they don't have to be straight up and down. They could be on a fun and funky angle. Okay, I'm tracing it. Did I get the whole thing? Boom. So I've traced it perhaps a little bit darker than I normally would. If I was just doing this without the video, I would just trace it very, very lightly so I could barely see it. But the video, you know, we need to see it. So it's a little bit heavier in the pressure. I use my pencil. So let's do another one. I mean, do you want to have 3 like that? Do you want to have like a fun, funky angle? Do you want to have like a kooky upside down thing going on? Even flip it so it's like a mirror image. Any way you want to do it. Oh, it could be like one's low, one's high, one's low. Literally anything. Do a pineapple, a pear, and a apple. Do a turnip, a carrot, and broccoli. I was saying earlier, what if you do silhouettes or shapes based on someone's interests? You could do, I don't even know, some kind of sports equipment, some kind of cute animal. Are they a big sneakerhead? You could do like a sneaker outline. Maybe they're a dancer. So later on, we're going to do our best to erase these pencil lines. So that's why I say do it lightly. Did I get it all? I got it. I got 3 pineapples. Thanks, Danielle. Thanks for joining us. Hello to, is it Ave? Hello to Holly and Jocelyn. Welcome. Okay, so let's put that, I mean, we don't need that anymore. Let's put that aside. Okay, so if you're not quite at this point, you can hit pause and finish up your tracing of the pineapples. We want to have textures, not just one big silhouette. We want some shapes within our pineapples and even the leaves. The leaves are spiky there. So what I did was a series of curving lines in one kind of direction and then the other direction. So it's like making a checkerboard, but with curvy lines. And I'll show you what I did. I guess first I can kind of round out the pineapple. A line between the pineapple and the leaves. So sort of on a, what would you call that? A 45-degree angle, but a little curvy. So let's do one line like this, any amount of curves, steeper curves, shallower curves, whatever you want to do. And then I'll do another one. It doesn't have to be exactly the same spacing as mine, but maybe mine's about 1 inch. And it doesn't have to exactly follow the exact same curve. Just kind of roughly helps. There's another one maybe over here. I just have enough room to do just a little bit like that. And then maybe a little bit there. So now I've got the lines going in that direction, but I need some going the opposite direction, still about 45 degrees, not too sharp. So where shall I start? And you're going to get some unique shapes, non-standard pineapple shapes. I've never seen a pineapple in segments like this, that's for sure. So there's one. We'll do it 2 more times, but it doesn't have to be the exact same wiggle, the exact same angle. It could be slightly different. If you want, make straight diagonal lines. Just don't even listen to what I'm saying about curvy lines. Just do straight if you want. Yeah, slightly different. These ones are a little bit wider. These ones are a little more narrow. Anything goes, literally. There we go. Ooh, we got a bit of a sunshine. Where's that sun coming from? I might close the curtain in a sec. There we go. 3 very different, kind of like a checkerboard that's melting. Let me close the curtain. Where is that coming from? That's good. That's a little better. All right, so if you're not quite at that stage, hit pause. You can erase and adjust anything. You don't have to stick with the initial line you put down if you want to make them more curvy, less curvy. Yeah, and you can see wide, and this one's narrower, and they're all different. All right, I'm going to add just more spiky pineapple leaf shapes. They kind of remind me of shark fin, like coming up out of the water. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So let's add a few down here. I guess I'll start over here again. Something like that. So doesn't that remind you of a shark fin? And then I'll do one maybe going the other direction. And these can like overlap. They could even jut outside of the shape you already drew if you want to. I just kind of keep it within this shape, but anything goes. I added 1, 2, 3, like 5 or 4. This one's got 4, and they don't have to be all the same. I'll keep saying that. Each one could be completely different from the next. Curvier, bigger, smaller, wider, different angles. There's a few there. Yeah, but if you want some to be jutting, you know, beyond this shape, go for it. Tuck in a few extras here and there if you want. And that's really all we're going to do with the pencil. So I'm going to do kind of an unusual step is I'm going to lighten my lines because my lines are quite dark. I'm just going to lighten them a little bit just so it's a little, I don't know, easier to erase them later. Because you don't need dark, dark, dark lines to be able to see where you're going to paint. Yeah, so I've erased this one lightly, but you can still see it. You can still paint within the lines. But later, when it's like fully dry, I can do like a better erasing job. There we go. Makes a funny noise. All right. Let's talk colors again. Where's my... So I'll probably do the middle pineapple with the just kind of the general rainbow pride flag that kind of encompasses the whole group, I think. The rainbow. That was the OG, the original one. And then, so I've got, this one is the transgender flag, blue, pink, white, pink, blue. Blue, pink, white, which is, it didn't leave it white. I got a little bit of blue in there just so you could see those shapes. So blue, pink, white, pink, blue for transgender. This one is the non-binary. Yellow, white again, purple, black as an option. Today, I think I'm going to do the rainbow. Then I'll probably do bisexual, which is pink, purple, blue, bi. And then maybe I'll do pansexual, pink, yellow, blue, just to make this new one like slightly different, but this one's still here if you want to reference that one or reference any image online for the colors you want to do. Bring in some paint, bring in some water. Okay, so I have to explain something about the white line. So see how the whole pineapple is full of white lines? As we're painting each of these shapes, we're not going to let our paint touch the pencil. we're going to draw within the pencil line. If it touches it a little bit, that's fine. But to get that white line between every shape, we just don't let our paint touch the pencil. And then when everything's dry, we can erase the pencil. I think you'll understand it more as we go along. Yeah, even for the leaf shapes, we just don't let our paint touch the pencil lines, leaving a white gap everywhere. Everywhere. So I will work on the full rainbow in the middle here first, and then I'll delve into different colors. So red's on top. Wet your brush. Now I'm using this kind of medium brush. If you're working on like a smaller paper than me and you want to use a smaller brush right from the start, go for it. Just because I'm using like this size of a brush doesn't mean you have to. Use a brush that's appropriate to the shape you're currently doing. Okay, so maybe even later when I'm doing like a big old shape, I might grab my bigger brush. I do have a teeny tiny brush on standby if I need to get into a teeny tiny little area. But let's see how we do with this medium. So I want red. I've got several red options. If you've never worked with watercolors before, you dip your brush in the water, rub the color of your choice, and then I bring it over to the lid or a plate or a palette and just kind of squiggle it around with more water. So really we're painting with a juice-like consistency. It's watery, it moves, it's like painting with juice. It's not like painting with acrylic, because acrylic has more of a toothpaste consistency. Watercolor, we're truly just painting with juice. So here I go with some red, any shade of red. And your paint is going to be a little bit see-through. It's okay if it's a little bit see-through. That is the nature of watercolor. So there's one of my leaves in red. I'm going to focus all of my red leaves at the very tippy top of this pineapple. And then as we go down, we're going to get into oranges, yellows. And some shapes, as we go further down, some shapes will have two colors within one shape. And it's okay, again, if some of your paint does touch the pencil. Some more red. I'll probably do this one red too. So I'm just avoiding all the pencil. Rest your hand on your page to get a nice steady hand. You can rest it right on there. If you're worried about maybe your hand smudging your pencil, maybe put down a scrap. You could even put down your stencil. Put that under your hand so you don't smudge the pencil, as an idea. And if your edges are a little bit wiggly, not as crisp, that's okay too. Let's also say right off the bat that let's say you're bringing your paintbrush over to your paper and you accidentally drip anywhere on here. It is not the end of the world. We're going to add loads of splashes to this. So a mistake like that isn't actually a mistake. It's okay in this case. So there's some lovely red. Do I want to do a little bit more red? Maybe this little bitty one. You be the judge. You also might be doing a different pride flag at this point. So maybe you're not even using red. Okay, there's some red. Okay. I do want to start getting into some orange. What about if I paint some of this leaf red and then continue the rest of this leaf orange? So we get a two-tone leaf. So I'm going to start with some red. Give that a little rinse. Which orange do I want? This one's a little messy. Gotta clean that one up a little bit. Some of this one. Yeah, I don't take very good care of my paints. Let's get some orange here. Orange, and when it touches the red, they will bleed, blend into each other, and that's okay. I'll continue with some more orange. Even if two of your shapes accidentally touch, it's okay. If the white line between them has been breached, no one will notice. Yeah, it's kind of peaceful because it seems like we're just coloring in a coloring page, like those adult coloring books. This reminds me of that. I think it's relaxing. So I've got some red, got some orange. Let's get some yellow going. This is a lovely yellow over here. So same thing with all these pineapple shapes. They're all going to be different shapes and sizes. We just need to avoid painting on the pencil lines, leaving a white line. And we can also have some two-tone ones. So far I've had a little bit of a red-orange thing going on there. We could do that again. Have a yellow-orange shape here and there. So there's some yellow. Let me grab a little yellow. You can put a little yellow in one of the orange shapes and let it bleed, or get some orange and put a little orange in a yellow shape, kind of at the top. So I've put a little orange at the top of some of my yellow, and it does bleed even the top of this one, a little bit of orange. It's going to go down a little bit. Kay's question, I love it. I'm an awesome ally. That's what I would say. I'm an awesome ally. I like your question. Let's get some more yellow here. So we still need to do yellow, green, blue, purple. So judge accordingly how many more colors you need to do. So with the rainbow pride flag, we need 6 colors. With this one is 4. If you include white, this one has 1, 2, 3, 5 bands. So whatever pride flag you're currently doing, math it out so you have enough room for each color. Or just kind of fudge it a little bit. Doesn't have to be equal. Yeah. I've got some white areas are thicker or thinner than others. That's okay. Yellow. I think that'll be it for my yellows. I need some green for sure. Oh, I could do like, again, you could do like half a yellow one and then finish the rest in green. There's like halves. Let's do some green. What color green? This one's nice and bright. This one, I think I did like some bright green here and then some emerald. So it doesn't have to just be one shade of green. Even just dab a little, if you dab a little green into some of your yellow at the bottoms, and it kind of flows upward. Kind of makes for a nicer transition between colors. Green. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away with green. I want blue and I want purple. So I'm going to do like a half Z of green here. It'll be half green, half blue. That one too. So green, blue. I've got so many blues. I'm going to go with like a lovely, like a phthalo blue or like a peacock blue. Let's try that. Lovely. Cerulean could be a good color blue as well. And as these sections dry, it's okay if sometimes little patches form, like maybe something's going on here. We call them cauliflowers or blooms. And you see them in watercolor because it doesn't dry like perfectly even all the time. And some people would say it's like a mistake. I don't think it's a mistake. I think that's a beautiful part of watercolor, to have interesting shapes happen as it dries. Just kind of blending my two colors. You can kind of squidge them around. Squidge around the blue and the green to kind of blend into each other. Let's look here. Let's look here. Yeah, so patches will form. So light versus dark, dark versus light here. These kind of weird shapes, this one, those are okay. Yeah, ooh, that was an interesting one here. These patches, this lighter patch, those are allowed. Oh, laundry is done. It's pretty loud. I wonder if you can hear the laundry is done boop on the microphone. I think it's a pretty good microphone. Some blue. I still want to leave room for purple. I'm running out of room. Blue. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's get some purple. Lovely, rich, grapey purple. Yes, love it. Some of my blue and purple can touch and blend. So I think this rainbow version is kind of the toughest one because it's got 6 colors, right? All the colors of the rainbow. But if I do, say, the bisexual flag next, that's only 3 colors, so that'll go a little smoother. Isn't that cute? Even I could put a little purple into some of my blue. Dab, dab, dab. There we go. Your first Pride pineapple. Summery, uplifting. Yeah, so if you want to do the non-binary flag, yellow, white, which is kind of, I made it kind of like lightish yellow, lightish purpley, and then purple black. Transgender, blue, pink, white, which I just did very, 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 very pale blue, and then pink blue. I'll do bisexual. I'm going to go pink, smaller band of purple, blue is my plan. But you do you. You do any version you want to do. Make a little pink section here. Rub, rub, rub. Mix in water. Let's try out that pink color. It's like a little purplier pink than I'd like, but that's okay. Again, it should be watery. It should be a little bit see-through. That is just the nature of watercolor. Like painting with juice. It moves when you bend the paper or tilt the paper, it moves. And I have painted with juice before. I've painted with coffee. I've painted with wine. I've painted with mashed up spinach. You can make your own watercolor paints at home. Yeah, and even though I'm doing, like, all of these will be pink, if there's a varying degrees of pinkness, like this one seems a little darker than this here, this seems lighter, that's okay too. It gives it more interest, more depth. It doesn't all have to be perfectly the same transparency, we say. can't wait to see other people's versions, your take on this painting. We have a lovely, supportive, it's called Watercolor Lovers by Artist Palette Durham Region Facebook group. I will find the link to that. But even if you're on Facebook in the search bar, you could just type in Watercolor Lovers and it should pop up. It is a great place to share your work, whether it's, this tutorial or a different one that we offer, or just your own original artwork. We love to see that too. And you're going to get positive feedback. We're a very supportive group. And we're all just amateurs. I wouldn't even classify myself as a professional. I am an amateur as well. And every Wednesday I offer what I call Watercolor Wednesday. And it's a free tutorial, probably like a 20-minute video, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more. Every Wednesday, a free watercolor tutorial to build your skills, develop your skills. I'll show you an example. This past Wednesday, we did also kind of pride theme, Ride the Rainbow, a rainbow-themed bike in watercolor and pen. So if that interests you, join the group. The video's already posted. Follow along with that and create this cute image. This could be like a very cute greeting card, whether it's for Pride or a birthday. It would be cute. Okay, so I've done my pink. What did I say? Like a thinner one of purple is my next goal. Yeah, Donna said that she's a little late. Even though we're live, Donna, you can set the playback all the way to the beginning and watch the video from the beginning right now. Okay, what did I say? Okay, first I want to do a little bit more pink. I'm going to go a little further with my pink before I start the purple. Just to get kind of the proportions. Because like if you look at this, there's more pink and then a thinner band of purple and then blue. So that's kind of my goal. Yeah, this is why I don't like to really tape my paper down, so I can freely turn, rotate to get the perfect angle for my hand. And remember, rest your hand to have a nice steady line. Even with acrylic painting, I rest my hand. Pink, pink, pink. What do I want to do? Purple, like here. I'll go a little bit more with the pink. And this will dry lighter too. So if you first put some paint down and you think, whoa, way too dark, you can dilute it then and there. But also keep in mind it goes a little bit lighter. Okay, that's some pink. pink. Okay, so yeah, that seems like a good amount of pink. I want to do some purple, but also have some of the purple touching the pink. Yeah, even just a little dabs while the pink is still wet. Little dabs of purple. And it'll bleed, it'll blend, it'll spread. Oh, I'm loving this color combination. Yep. And if you look up close to my painting, like mine's not perfect. So don't beat yourself up if yours isn't perfect either. Like sometimes I get really close to the pencil, so the white line is like not perfectly even. Sometimes I am actually touching. I'm right on the pencil line. But you work around that, you adapt. Maybe you leave a bigger gap on the shape next to it. And we're going to add splashes to this, distracting splashes. My favorite part. No one's going to know. Okay, purple, purple, purple. Yeah, I kind of want like a thinner band of purple. I'll do the rest blue. Purple, purple, purple. Which blue? Do I want a lighter blue? A different blue than I used for this. Let's see what this is like. Okay. Yeah, I like that. This blue, I mean, on my palette, it's called fresh blue. I would describe it as almost an aqua. It's got a bit of a greeny tinge to this particular blue. I like it. It's nice and bright. And I'll let it touch the purple. Got a half purple, half blue shape. This might also be cool as like a tattoo design idea. You know how like watercolor tattoos as a style has become quite popular? You could design your own watercolor tattoo. It doesn't have to be this particular subject, but just in general. Design your own. I like the negative space aspect of this image. The white lines, because usually when you're sketching or painting, you're adding lines to something. In this particular image, just the lack of paint is what's giving us our lines. Just an absence, which is kind of the opposite of traditional art. This painting could also be really cool with black lines added. So in a future iteration of this, I might take a waterproof black pen, sketch some pineapples, and then fill in those shapes. Doesn't even have to be a black pen. What about a yellow pen, green pen, a Sharpie? Sharpies are waterproof. I'm almost done the bisexual flag colors here. Oh, that's adorable. I just love that color combination. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, and there's definitely some areas that are drying a little darker versus a little lighter. That's okay. That's not a mistake. That's all part of watercolor. Go with the flow. Don't stress. And yeah, look at my shapes. They're not perfect. Look at my lines. Thick parts, thin parts, wibbly parts. That's looking cute. Look at your painting from a distance. Hold it out away from your body. Look at it from a different angle and you'll see how cute it is. Up close, you're going to only see all your little mistakes, your little accidents, but from a distance, it's going to look really good. Let's fill in this last pineapple. What did I say? I was thinking pansexual, wasn't I? So I was thinking pink, yellow, blue. Pink, yellow, blue, I think would be nice. Or any of the other ones. Pink, yellow, blue. Well, I was just using pink. And these 3 bands, these will be more evenly distributed. Like this one, the purple was thinner. So for this, I'll just do a little less pink, more on the yellow. Yeah, and you might think, oh, I can't use such dirty, dirty water to do such bright colors. You can. I will use dirty water for a whole day. But if you feel like you want to change out your water, you can. You absolutely can. No one's stopping you. Yeah, so there are some spots where my paint has touched the pencil or gone on top of the pencil. So those areas won't be erased. If your paint has covered the pencil, that pencil's pretty much there to stay. That's why I'm trying to avoid the pencil as much as I can. So it's erasable. But even this painting has a little bit of visible pencil and you can't really see it. Pink, pink, pink. Wouldn't be cute to give these pineapples personalities? You could put accessories on these guys. You could make it look like a certain person in your life. Give them some glasses, give them some hair. Give them a little outfit. That'd be so fun. Pink. Okay, pink, yellow, blue, okay. Got to keep reminding myself before I get carried away and just do like half of it pink. Okay, pink, yellow. I had some yellow going earlier. Now when my yellow and my pink touch, it might make some orange. That's okay. I'll just try to minimize that as much as I can, but if a little orange does form, I'm okay with it. Getting in that zone where my brain kind of shuts off and my hand is just doing the work. Just zone right out. I'm sure people that do like coloring books, they know the feeling. I think Kay likes my choice of the pansexual flag here. Awesome. This one's dedicated to you, Kay. And then this one was a request from a little friend of mine. So that one's going out to Isla May. The bisexual pride flag is for you. Yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yeah, I mean, a little orange happened here. I'm okay with that. I'm going to try to avoid like a green situation down here, though, as much as I can. I don't want too much green happening when I add this blue. So we'll see how good I can do this. Oh, good morning to Gail, all the way in Australia. What's the weather like tomorrow? It's been rainy here all day. Lots of rain in Ontario. Oh, well, southwestern Ontario. I'm in London, which isn't necessarily in the Durham region. I'm about 2 hours away, but I could paint from anywhere and still be part of Artist Palette Durham region. Almost there, almost. And it's okay if I'm way ahead of you. Maybe you're ahead of me. And that could happen too. Maybe you're doing smaller pineapples or less pineapples. It's winter in Australia for Gail. That's pretty cool to think about. Okay. There's my 3 Pride pineapples. Yeah. Let's have a little look. Yeah, some interesting shapes have formed. Yeah, this kind of muddled line between the blue and the green. Kind of reminds me of tie-dye. Know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes the shapes, the bleeds remind me of tie-dye. You can definitely get some shapes like that in tie-dyeing. All right. So if you're still, working away on your pineapples, hit pause or just continue to listen. We're going to add splashes in a moment. I'm going to teach you like 3 ways. This one only has like 2 ways of doing splashing, but I'll also show you a 3rd way to do some splashing. But what if that's not a look that you enjoy? You can leave it like this. You can add maybe a fun background, some kind of lettering, someone's name, or just, happy pride, or give them little personalities. What else can you add to this? Maybe you want to add butterflies in the negative space there. What if you want to give them like a beachy background? Play up on the summer theme of that. Like literally anything. Put some patterns within each shape. That could be a thing too. Before I get to the splashing, I do also want to show you some more upcoming events with me. If you are enjoying my style of teaching, if you're enjoying my style of art, you'll enjoy some upcoming events with me. So I'll show you some that are both paid and free. What's coming up? Oh, coming up very soon. So this Thursday, so today's Monday, 3 sleeps from now on Thursday, we're going to do this one on YouTube Live for free. It's called Those Crazy Kids. Goat kids, right? So this one is watercolor and pen. So if you look closely at the goats and the wood grain, we do a pen drawing first. And we'll do that together. There's no outline to trace beforehand. We will draw it together, and you can do this. We're going to break it down into simple shapes and fill it in together. So this Thursday, right here on YouTube Live with me. If you would like to get an email reminder, go to our website and get a free ticket. It's a free event. Click on the free ticket for this event, and you'll get an email reminder day of so that you don't miss it. But if you do miss it, it's always available afterwards. And then the next one coming up after that, another free one. This one, I called it Canadian Butts, eh? So if you've been painting with me for a little while, I have an obsession with butts, apparently. So this one will be on Canada Day, so July 1st. We're going to do it in the afternoon, so you can still go out at night, watch some fireworks, have a barbecue. So we'll do that, I think it's at 1 o'clock, July 1st. Free on YouTube Live. Again, if you want to have an email reminder sent to you, go to our website, artistpaletteDurham.com, and click on the free ticket, and I'll send you an email reminder for that one. So those are the two free ones coming up. Gail says she loves the butt series. Me too. Suggest some more butt ideas. So these next two coming up are paid events. You buy a ticket and you go on a Zoom with me, and it's a smaller class size. You're able to show me your work because you have a camera. You can show me your work and I can help you out along the way. So a smaller class size on Zoom. You can ask any questions. So these are the next two coming up. So tickets are on our website. This one's called Punch Buggy by the Sea. And you could change the color of the punch buggy. I just think a yellow one's very iconic. So this one's watercolor. Tickets on our website. And everyone who buys a ticket for any of our Zoom events, you get a full recording free with that. So then you can keep it forever. So it's not just on the Zoom. You do have a recording if you can't make the Zoom. Punch Buggy by the Sea, watercolor, and then, oh, what's the date on that one? July 7th. And then this one is Toucan in the Tropics, watercolor, July 14th. And this one and the Punch Buggy one comes with a traceable outline. So you get a traceable outline of the car, the Punch Buggy, and then of the toucan. Makes it a little bit easier for you, but you could just reference the outline and freehand sketch it if that's what you prefer. Don't have to trace it. So these ones are ticket events on Zoom. You get the full recording with that. All right, so let's add some splashy splashes. What paintbrush? I'm going to go with a slightly bigger paintbrush because it's going to hold a lot of painty water in it. So I can get lots of wild splashes going on. Move away anything that you don't want covered in paint. So I'm going to actually move that one out of the way. It's already splattered enough. Things might get a little wild. And it's watercolor. If it gets on your table, you can wipe it with a damp rag later. Okay. I'm sort of going to concentrate my splashed colors near the colors on this painting. So I'm going to splash some red near the red. I'm going to splash some yellow by the yellow, some blue by the blue. But you don't have to do that. You can just go wild and have every color everywhere. But that's my plan. I'm going to get some red, watery red. Yes. So my paintbrush has a bunch of watery red in it. So the first method of adding some splats, if you want them, I gently tap my paintbrush on my finger. Here we go. So I'm kind of putting it near the red, but it's going to kind of go wherever it wants. That looks like a good amount. A little red. Okay, so that's the first splashy method. Let's do, I'm gonna do some green next. Why not? Why not some green? Sure. Get some watery green going. Load up my brush. Okay, so there's green in there. I'm going to sort of aim for where the green is. Wish me luck. Now this way is a little more energetic in that I'm going to hurl my brush towards the paper and then stop short like I'm flicking a magic wand. So I'll just go wah, wacha. You can make noises. Boom, bam. Yeah, some of my green went on my purple. That's fine. Went on the blue, went on the yellow. That's okay. So it's a little more energetic. There's bigger blobbies happening. Weird shapes happen. Lines. It's all good. So I'm going to do a few more of both of those methods before I show you the last method. Let's get some pink going. Yeah, tapping your finger, more delicate. Tap, 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 delicate, tiny drops. Let's get some yellow. Oh yeah, it's going everywhere. Whoops, that's okay. Yellow on the blue, yellow on the pink. Why not? Purple. Look how fun and loose and just crazy that makes the painting. It makes it funner. I don't know how. I don't know why. It just seems carefree. Blue for sure. Yeah. And you can use like other colors. Go ahead and add some black. Sure. Go ahead and add colors that aren't there in the pineapples. There's no rules. Boop, boop. We'll get some really dark. There we go. Oh, right here. Okay. What am I missing? Orange. Yes. Orange for sure. Maybe a little bit over there. Maybe a little bit over there. A little more red. Ooh. I could do this forever and never have enough. But you be the judge. Do you want less than I have or more? Ooh, that's good. Okay, I will show you a third method. This is if you want really big splats, big ones. So I don't have any in this one. If you want really big ones, I'll show you. Let me do a blue one. Why not? I don't know. Big blue splat. So my brush has lots of blue painty water in it. I'm going to go way up high. I'll even stand up way up high. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze my brush with my fingers, and a big fat drop will go sailing down, and it might land on the pineapple. It might land on the background. It might even land on the table if I'm not aiming correctly. So let's see what I can do here. Oh, yes. So this is if you want really big ones. Oh, got the table a little bit. And then like if there's paint on your hand, you can just flick it off. Let's do a big pink one. Load up the brush. Let's go over here. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, and then, yeah, my hand is all painty. Flick it. Boom. Let's do green. Yeah, so maybe the little splashes were your cup of tea and this big drip is not. Well, I think that's enough. Ooh. Oh, you know I want one more. Orange. Go. Split. Oh, see, I missed the page. I missed it. There we go. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Okay, it's kind of all over. I'm going to get a wet wipe. Wet wipes are a godsend. Here we go. And I'm going to sign it in a moment. Holly got some in her eye. Oh my. And double check your whatever device you're using. There's probably some paint on your device. Mine is covered just from all the different events. And my table. This is the dining room table. It's definitely stained. Okay. I said I was going to sign it. That's what I said I was going to do. I'm going to sign it. You do want to sign it in watercolor because that is the medium we're using. Same with any other medium. You would sign your oil paint with oils. You would sign your pastel work with pastels. Sign your watercolors in watercolor. I just do the old initials down here. And we did talk about the pencil. When this is dry, like fully dry, you would erase the pencil. Don't do it too soon or you're going to smudge and smear. Even like wait a whole day. Wait a whole day before you erase anything. If you have any really deep puddles right now, you can take a little tissue and kind of soak it up a little. And that'll help it dry a little quicker, a little more even if you have really big puddles anywhere. Just a little. Okay, I want to put the link to the Watercolor Lovers group in the chat. So if you haven't joined our Watercolor Lovers group, you can. Let me put it in the chat. Enter. Okay, in the chat is the link to our Watercolor Lovers Facebook group. We would love to have you. We'd love to see these paintings, the pineapples, or any other paintings, pride paintings, beautiful landscapes, beautiful florals, literally anything, animals, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And yeah, Watercolor Wednesday. It's fun. Every Wednesday, a new video. Any questions? Any questions at all for me about this, other things I showed you, anything about Artist Palette Germ Region? So I talked to you about the ticket events. If you enjoy the free events that we put out, and if you want to send us a little tip, we do appreciate a little tip. The tip link is in the description down below here. But if you don't want to send me a tip, another way to support me or your other favorite online artists is to buy tickets to our paid events too. We would love to see you in one of those events. Any questions? I'm not seeing any questions. You're welcome, Gail. Yeah, we did, that was an hour and a half, guys. What a lovely hour and a half spent painting. Don't leave your brushes in the water. Take your brushes out of the water. Friendly reminder. You're welcome, Holly. Thanks for joining me. Take care, Jared. Nice to see you. All right, I don't see any questions. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Pride Month, guys. Take care. Be kind to one another. Bye.